Chuck Todd says that Biden was a weak and ineffective president. Chuck Todd is very, very wrong. When Biden left office, the unemployment rate was 4.1% and inflation was 2.9%. Those are both very, very good numbers. Biden is unfairly criticized for the high inflation that occurred during the middle of his presidency. But the causes for inflation at that time were COVID, the war in Ukraine, both of which interrupted supply chains, causing shortages which increased prices, and of course, an increase in the money supply. Biden bears very little blame for any of those causes, but in any event, he got inflation under control. Biden's presidency saw about 15 million net new jobs created, more than any single term in U.S. history. Importantly, around 5 to 6 million of those were jobs above and beyond the COVID recovery peak, and a solid chunk of those, maybe 1 to 2 million, came directly from Biden's signature laws on infrastructure, clean energy, and advanced manufacturing. In foreign policy, all of our allies were back then under Biden much closer to us. Biden didn't offend them. NATO was strong under Biden. We weren't putting tariffs on goods on our friends. We weren't insulting the Canadians, the Greenlanders, by threatening to acquire them against their will. Biden got important legislation passed to continue the fight for a better environment regarding the border. This is where Biden might have been a little bit slow. It's debatable, but he did get Republicans to agree to a deal to seal the border more securely in 2024, but Trump selfishly vetoed the deal because he wanted to keep the campaign issue. Biden's biggest problem was that by his last year in office, he appeared to be in significant mental decline. He had to be removed from contention for the presidency, and this consumed a lot of Democratic energy. The problem is that Fox News has the largest share of the TV viewing audience. A disproportionate number of Trump supporters are not college educated and therefore many times lack the education to understand when Fox is broadcasting a bunch of baloney. Also, a higher percentage of Trump supporters don't watch the news anyway. Finally, it's quite possible that I'm right in my feelings that this country, sadly enough, was not going to elect a black woman president in any event. Actually, the election was much closer than I thought it was going to be. And contrary to popular opinion, I frankly thought Ms. Harris ran a good race and was right not to separate herself from Biden's policies.